Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. What do you want here?
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
I know the hideout of the bandits.
Do you want to attack them? Count me out. It's much too dangerous. Besides, I have to watch over my sheep. But if you think you can get the riffraff off our backs, the whole farm would be very grateful to you.
I'm on my way to town.
They might let you in if you tell them what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
Что ты тут ошиваешься на моей ферме?
Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Ты не знаешь, как здесь идут дела. Мальчик, ты вообще откуда свалился? Мы на пороге гражданской войны.
Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation.
Но с тех пор, как в Хоринис пришли паладины, городская стража наведывается к нам все чаще и чаще. И немного понемногу они так скоро заберут все, что у нас есть.
If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. And that's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. But you already have clothes, so you probably want the gold. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house. Tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Интересно.
I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
If you are as convincing with the guards at the gate as you are with me, they will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. Interested?
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. And it wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Я бы мог помочь тебе. Тем более мне и самому надо в город. Конечно.
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
Да, есть кое-что. Правда, это скорее просьба, нежели работа.
Какая?
Видишь ли, недавно неподалеку от моей фермы поселились какие-то странные люди. С виду они не похожи на бандитов, но мне все равно как-то не по себе. Попробуй разузнать, кто они такие и зачем сюда пришли.
Где ты их видел?
Там, за холмом, недалеко от каменного круга.
Хорошо, я скоро вернусь.
Ты кто? И что ты тут делаешь? Знаешь, я лучше пойду. Удачи. Не понял? Может, договоримся? Было бы у меня что давать. Может, я смогу тебе помочь как-нибудь? Ведь ты... стражник из города, но пришел сюда, на ферму. Это означает, что у тебя задание, а не выполнив которое ты не можешь вернуться. А значит, я мог бы тебе с ним помочь. И тебя послали проверить, безопасна ли она? Ага, то есть если меня сожрут волки, ты и дальше будешь тут просиживать? Ладно, я попробую что-нибудь разузнать.
Smart kid. One of the farmers outside of town sent me.
What? The farmers know the hideout?
They have noticed the missing sheep.
Damn. Well, then I'll have to move. If they find the hideout empty, maybe they won't keep looking for them.
Подожди минутку.
Is there anything?
I've told you every...
One less monster.
А как тебе это?
Я...
Что ты знаешь о больших рунических камнях?
Насколько мне известно, их использовали друиды, когда-то жившие на этом острове. Эти камни служили им средством быстрого перемещения по острову. Вроде тех платформ телепортации, что были в долине рудников.
А ты сам не пытался воспользоваться ими?
Пробовал, но пока безуспешно. Полагаю, для их использования требуются некие артефакты самих друидов. Но вот какие именно, мне пока неизвестно.
Выходит, что для нас они абсолютно бесполезны?
Не совсем. Мне удалось разобраться с самим процессом перемещения. Для этого я и создал магическую руну телепортации, которая будет использовать силу этих рунических камней. Однако вопрос в том, каким образом активировать сами камни.
Если хочешь, я могу поискать для тебя эти артефакты.
Почему бы и нет? В конце концов, мне самому сейчас некогда этим заниматься. Поэтому я дам тебе свою руну, а ты поищи способ оживить эти камни.
Ладно, попробую.
Get out of my bed!
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then?
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. Bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 40 gold pieces.
Give me the work clothes then.
Well, my boy, honesty is the best policy. Here you go.
Have you got any?
I don't.
У меня есть новости по поводу башни. Тебе лучше увидеть все самому. Абсолютно. Башня пуста, и в ней могут быть ценные вещи.
Я...
Have you talked to Lester yet?
Да, я просто засыпал его вопросами. Он многое смог рассказать мне, но он полностью вымотан. Это почти чудо, что ему удалось выжить. Я отправил его в постель.
What did he tell you?
Боюсь, что ничего хорошего. Он видел не только дракона, но еще и людей в черных плащах с капюшонами.
И?
Если эти люди существуют, то их присутствие несет определенную угрозу. И мне это не нравится. Вот, возьми мое кольцо. Оно защитит тебя от магии.
Нечего взять. Ничего.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable. But you didn't get that from me, understood?
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen. You look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
One less monster around.
Похоже, это и есть город, о котором говорил мне Xardas.
There you are at last. I've been waiting here for hours. Just a moment. You're not a merchant from town, are you? Where is Baltram?
Who are you?
I don't see how that's any of your business. But if you must know, my name is Skip. Does that ring a bell?
Who?
Are you telling me you've never heard of Skip? Holy shit! Where do you live? I'm one of Corinus's most wanted criminals. Me and my boys have been the scourge of the waters around this crummy island for years. Come on, you must have heard of me.
You're a pirate.
Yes, damn it. That's plain to see. And a cross one at that. I'm so bored, I could chew up the planks of my cog.
Baltram, you're waiting for a merchant?
Smart kid, aren't you? That's what I just said, isn't it? That good-for-nothing junk merchant seems to have forgotten me. If only I could get my hands on him.
Where do you come from?
You want to know where our hideout is? If I tell you that, I might as well invite the militia to arrest me. And in case you would like to pay us a visit, it wouldn't help you in the least. The island of Corinus is large, and no one ever gets to where we are anyway. Unless they have a cog or some other ship. And then you'd have to find your way through the cliffs as well. Nobody gets through there unless they know the secret path. There are only 2 people who know the path, and you're not one of them.
Ты выглядишь мрачнее тучи.
Есть от чего, приятель.
Что, какие-то проблемы?
Просто все дело в моем оружии.
А что с ним не так?
Да ты сам взгляни. Разве этот ржавый кусок железа можно назвать оружием?
Да, пожалуй, я соглашусь с тобой.
Вот и я о том же. Так уж случилось, что моя старая пиратская сабля не сдюжила во время последнего боя. Вот и пришлось вооружаться тем, что первое под руку попадется. Отыскал здесь вот эту ржавую железку. Откровенно говоря, даже не знаю, как с ней обращаться. Такое чувство, что при первом же выпаде она треснет, как мачта корабля.
А почему бы тебе не найти другое оружие?
Идея, конечно, хорошая. Вот только в город к торговцам мне не сунуться. А приличное оружие просто так на дороге не валяется. Тем более пиратские сабли.
Да, это действительно проблема. Я не умею открывать замки отмычкой.
change.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here? Did you swim here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
Hey Lares, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed.
Он и его парни сейчас на ферме Анара.
He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
I must talk to the paladins, by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
Halt!
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
You have an assignment for me?
No, you're not even a citizen.
But...
I don't want to hear any more about it.
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons, I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The Sacred Eye of Innos? How do you know about that? You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you. But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But...
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales about dragons, and then this. Incredible.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town, understood?
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the Paladins. Only the Paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Khorinis. If you were thinking about looking for work in the Harbor District, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
Как мне попасть в верхний квартал?
Say, are you listening to me at all? You're not a citizen of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
Where can I spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The Paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
What do I have to do to get armor like yours?
What? You aren't even a member of the militia! You're not even a citizen! How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds, have been granted that honor so far. If you want to be a paladin, you have a long road ahead of you, my boy.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
I was actually on my way to see the paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? Nah, I don't have much say here myself. There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
Правда, судя по твоему виду, он вряд ли даже станет разговаривать с тобой.
И что же мне делать?
Тебе надо как-то завоевать его доверие. Поговори с ополченцем Пабло. Думаю, он сможет как-нибудь помочь тебе.
Where can I find Mateo?
You're standing right outside his shop. Just go on in. He's practically always there.
What about the other influential citizens?
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city. You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
Однако никто из них не станет разговаривать с тобой до тех пор, пока ты не завоюешь их доверие.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers. His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice.
Этот чертов Анар не поставляет больше продукты. А того, что мы получаем с маленьких ферм, недостаточно для удовлетворения потребностей города.
Tell me more about the peasants' revolt.
Это довольно просто. Анар больше не платит налоги городу.
Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases, but now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries! The whole thing will end in a damn war, as if one war weren't enough.
What do you know?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony, and their leader's supposed to have been a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor. These are terrible times.
Show me.
That's been known a long time.
I already thought as much.
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
No, you've got to be mistaken. Everything's fine with me.
Whatever you say, stranger. But if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town. Things are difficult enough here as it is. And strangers who bring trouble into the city don't stay here long. I hope I make myself clear.
What do you know about the bandits?
They've all come from that blasted mining colony. But there are several splinter groups.
Часть из них устроили себе логово в горах, а другие присоединились к Канару.
But it's the bandits outside of town who cause the most problems. They're the reason that none of the merchants venture beyond the city gates now.
Where did the bandits who had my wanted poster come from?
Aha! So it is your mug after all. Why didn't you admit that right away, huh? What are you wanted for?
I don't know, honest.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you something. If I thought you were in cahoots with those bandits, you'd already be cooling your heels in the slammer. Understood? Still, I'd better report this incident to Lord Andre. But to answer your question, we picked them up near the landowner's place. But they didn't look like Onar's people. I think they're part of a smaller group which is holed up in the mountains near Onar's farm. But if you intend to go there, let me warn you. Those cutthroats make short work of everyone.
I'll remember that. How's the situation?
At the moment, it's quiet. Only the bandits outside the city are causing us problems.
Меня прислал Руперт.
И что с того?
Он сказал, что ты можешь помочь мне завоевать расположение мастеров из этого квартала.
Что, никто из них не хочет общаться с тобой, да?
Все они принимают меня за нищего попрошайку.
Это и не удивительно. Ты очень похож на подозрительного бродягу, и таким, как ты, здесь не особо рады. Да ладно тебе, не обижайся. Я уже вижу, что ты человек порядочный. Уж у меня на это глаз наметан, поверь. Так что я помогу тебе. Но для начала тебе надо обзавестись нормальной одеждой. Ибо то тряпье, что на тебе сейчас, никуда не годится.
Где мне ее взять?
Сходи к Ханне, хозяйке гостиницы, что напротив казарм ополчения, и скажи ей, что это я прислал тебя. Пусть она продаст тебе нормальную и чистую одежду. Ну а после поговорим об остальном. Все, ступай.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even one gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
What's the problem with the farmers?
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they'd simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Akil's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
Where will I find Akil's farm?
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Akil's farm. But I wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
Show me your wares.
Welcome, stranger. My name is Baltram. Have you come to stock up on food? I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I don't have much in stock right now, but I'll be getting a new delivery soon.
Show me your wares. Have you got a job for me?
No, I already have an errand boy.
You're doing business with pirates?
What? Who told you that?
I talked to one of them. He seems to be waiting for you in his bay.
What can you do? These are hard times. Everybody has to look after his own.
Weren't you afraid of getting caught?
That could happen. You found out too, didn't you? But you'll keep your mouth shut, right?
What do you know about the pirates?
They live in a remote part of the island of Carinus. It can only be reached with a cog or some other ship, as far as I know. The citizens of Carinus fear them, quite rightly so, for they're nothing but a bunch of nasty cutthroats. Still, if you ask me, they're nowhere near as bad as the bandits.
What is it you're trading?
I mostly supply them with food, and for that, they give me the finest rum that's to be had in Carinus.
I could take care of this deal for you.
That would be great. I cannot leave Carinus at the moment. Here, take this package and tell Skip not to be so stingy with the rum this time. It should be at least 3 bottles.
That was all I wanted to know.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
Я пришел от ополченца Пабло. Он сказал, что ты можешь продать мне одежду горожанина.
Но если он так сказал, то могу. Только не думай, что я тебе ее отдам бесплатно. Тебе придется заплатить за нее. Ровно 100 монет.
На другое я и не рассчитывал. Ты можешь продать мне одежду дешевле?
И почему я должна это делать? Нет, дорогой мой, дешевле я тебе ее не продам.
Тут что-то об алхимии.
Security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law in the strictest sense in order to prevent unauthorized entry.
How strange. It seems to me that I have met you before, traveler. Well, great are the mysteries of time and space. Oh, please forgive my rudeness, son of patience. I have not even greeted you yet. Welcome, friend. Take a seat on my humble rugs and enjoy a pipe in peace.
Who are you?
My name is Abuin ibn Jadir ibn Omar Khalid bin Haji al-Sharidi. I am a seer and a prophet, an astrologer and a purveyor of tobacco.
What kind of tobacco do you offer?
My pipes are filled with spicy, refreshing apple tobacco. Help yourself whenever you want, son of adventure.
Do you have other tobacco as well?
I offer only the very best tobacco. This apple blend is a symphony from my homeland, the Southern Isles. But, of course, I'm always open to trying a different sort of tobacco. If somebody should succeed in producing a really good tobacco.
How's that done?
Start with my apple tobacco as a basis, and then try combining it with another ingredient. This is done at an alchemist's bench, provided you know the essentials of alchemy.
Where can I get apple tobacco?
I shall give you 2 portions. It is up to you, in your wisdom, to do with them whatever you want. If you crave more, then direct your steps toward Xardas, the master of potions. He produces this tobacco, and he sells it too.
Can you make me a prophecy?
My services are yours for a modest fee, oh father of generosity.
How much do you want?
For a paltry 25 coins. I shall risk a glance through time for you. But remember, the future is always uncertain. All I can do is glimpse some fragments of time.
Tell me about the future.
All right, seeker of knowledge. I shall now enter a state of trance. Are you ready? Orcs. They are guarding an entry, an old tunnel, the Valley of Mines. Men in shining armor. A magician. Your friend is with them. He is waiting for you. Fire! An attack! A mighty creature. The flames, many shall die. What is that? A city. Ruins. Quarholdron in Jarkandar. He is summoned. Quarholdron in Jarkandar. I'm sorry. The vision is over. There's nothing more I can see.
Нечто странное происходит вокруг меня, и я никак не могу понять, что именно.
Интересно. Я ощущаю вокруг тебя орел некой тайны.
Может быть, твой дар предсказания поможет мне в этом?
Ну, я могу, конечно, попробовать это сделать. Однако, как ты сам понимаешь, до конца ответить на твои вопросы я все равно не смогу.
Поведай мне, что ты знаешь.
Хорошо. Ты готов? Внимай мне, странник. Путь твой будет долгим. Через висячий мост, мимо озера к дальней статуе Инноса. Только там ты найдешь то, что ищешь. Больше пока ничего. Надеюсь, тебе этого хватит, чтобы понять, что делать.
I've got a new tobacco blend.
Let me try your tobacco. This tastes incredible. I've never had a better smoke in my life. How did you prepare this blend?
I mixed the tobacco with honey.
You have done well, father of the art of blending. I would be delighted to fill my miserable pipes with this.
Fill her up, then.
Thank you, son of generosity. No other blend could be as good as this one. I shall buy every bit you can bring me of this.